Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great summer and are looking forward to the upcoming two. If you follow along carefully and don't get distracted today, by the end of for those of you returning officials, think back to some. Before we get too far along, I will submit to you that every official should have a job. And actually, when you sum it all up and put it together, like we just talked a little. Finally, philosophies that place too much of an emphasis on. We will now review the essential elements of a dive that will factor into determining your award. I will start by asking the question, how is an award different from? Wow, can you believe it took us 8 slides to get to the actual subject matter? Regarding the elements of the dive, each element of a dive should be viewed. Every good dive begins with a good starting position, a sloppy. Okay, regarding approaches and takeoffs, we really have just 2. All right, let's take a look at the 4 different positions in which you can. The next position is the pike position. The girl on the left. We've now arrived at the tuck position. The tuck is probably the. And finally, we arrive at the free position, which is any combination of the final element of any dive, and therefore the one that everybody. We are now going to discuss several rules and situations that seem. Okay, the first situation that we need to talk about is the penalty for violation of the forward approach and how that penalty is administered. Anyone? The next rule application that we need to discuss, and this is actually very common, especially with newer divers or younger divers, is the correct award for a dive that requires a feet first entry, but where the arm or arms are above the shoulder at entry, or just the opposite, a dive that requires a head first entry with the arm or arms below the shoulder. Recall that differences of opinion sometimes arise when evaluating twisting dives. This is explained by knowing that the diving judges have very different responsibilities from a diving referee. A diving judge. Finally, this is probably the question that I get asked most often. On this slide, it is important to note that what you see here is not defined. Now that we are coming to the end of today's presentation. Okay, everyone, we have made it to the end of this presentation, but I certainly recognize that you might still have some questions, especially the newer officials. Don't worry about that. That's okay. Questions are how we learn. I am always happy to help anybody at any time. Again, my name is Mike Hutton, and you will see my contact information shown here. Please feel free to contact me if and when you have questions. Congratulations, you made it to the end. Thank you for watching this presentation.